Hello my friend, and welcome back to my picnic table. This one is going to be about Super 8 and color grading. Now this is solving a pretty specific problem. My favorite workflow for Super 8. It's the easiest that I've found. It gives me my favorite results for the least amount of work, is with Pro 8mm 250D production scan, turning it around in a log format. And so I have a separate video about that. I'm not debating that this is the most affordable. I'm not debating that this is even the best. It's just my favorite. And I have a video detailing even how I return the film, all the information you have to fill out and whatnot. But this is going to be about getting their log scan back and now what to do with it. Especially because everyone shooting Super 8 is not an advanced videographer, is not a filmmaker, is not a colorist. You might just be someone who just wants to have fun, and now you have this log scan that you may not know what to do with, and you want it to be more colorful than the flat, bland look that it is right now. Well, you can go ahead and skip to where I am going in the chapters below, but basically the problem is that they don't have a predefined kind of data sheet like a lot of log profiles do for the log that they're giving you back, the Pro 8mm specifically from their scans. However, there are some signs that my friend Evan Schneider has helped me to put together about what they may be scanning. And so you could just do what I'm going to show you using DaVinci's built-in tools like the color space transform. However, there is another built-in tool that I have found to be more effective, give me better results in an aesthetic way. It may not be quite as technical, and that's never why you should come to my YouTube channel, because I'm not here to do all of the things technically correct, but I'm getting results that I'm really happy about. And so, having said all that, the problem is that when you get a scan back from Pro 8mm in log, which I do prefer because I have had difficulties with the standard scans at times, maybe either blowing out highlights or crushing shadows, whereas when I get the log back, it really is a better profile to give me more flexibility. And so anyway, it comes back flat though, and you need to now get some contrast and some color back in there. And I've tried a variety of solutions over the last handful of years in working with Pro 8mm, and I think this is the best that I've found so far. So let's go ahead and just dive into the footage, and we'll start here. So this footage here that we're looking at is from a wedding. This footage here is from the Oregon coast. This is a California sunny, beautiful wedding. This is the foggy, rainy Oregon coast. And this is an interior cloudy day, in Georgia, and wedding also. So just to show you that this does work on a variety of different types of footage, I'm gonna start by showing you the simple version of what's happening here. And that is that I am using the free Arri LUT. So this is inside of everyone's DaVinci Resolve. And all I'm doing is I'm applying that LUT. So I just double click to apply it. And now that it's on there, right click, and I'll show you one workflow actually real quick. So right click, go to Gamma, and then go to Arri Log C4. And what this is doing is it's basically correcting the gamma so that, I'm gonna show you in one moment what that's doing actually, so that it's not too bright, basically. So here is how you can do that without even having to go through this right click, Gamma, Arri Log C4, is that you can just simply apply the LUT and then go drop the offset by almost all of it. So if you just apply the LUT, I'll show you here. If you simply apply the LUT, it's way too bright. And that's what the gamma adjustment is going to do, is it's going to bring that down here. However, you can just use the offset and just bring the offset wheel down almost to 0 or near 0. And you can do that to taste. But this result here, and I'll go back to where we were before, this result here has been consistent for me. It's given me a really good starting point for color grading. And we'll go back to our wedding here. From this indoor shot here, where all I've done is again applied the LUT and then adjusted the gamma but I can also show you this slight difference here is just a little bit of a difference in look if you choose to use the offset versus the gamma, using the gamma adjustment, you know, within the node. But clearly this is two very different color environments. These are different looks, very different scenes, and yet the exact same adjustment looks good across both. And so here is yet another indoors, all these different scenes, and they look great with just a simple conversion. And so if I were to then go on to grade, you know, you start making color adjustments, you know, maybe you want to adjust your white balance and things like that. But that's all that I wanted to show in this video is simply how this works, is just to add the Arri Alexa. And then if you want, you can change the gamma, or you can simply just drop, I'll go back to this clip here, you can just drop the offset if you'd rather. So that's all there is to it. You know, the other workflows that you can do are trying, you know, any of the other conversion LUTs. I've seen people use Fujifilm's F-Log LUTs because people like the Eterna look. You can also use DaVinci's built-in color space transform tool. So if I was to use the color space transform, I could then just go choose any number of combinations there. So that's all that there is for this video. This one hopefully is a short one for you and is really useful, because if you're someone who is having trouble getting Super 8 color to look the way you want it to, and you're getting log scans back, especially if you're using my workflow, then I would recommend trying this. It's worked on so many different videos for me across so many different situations. And as long as your camera is working correctly and exposing the scene right, this should work with your log footage as well. So I hope this was helpful for you, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, friend. Peace.